has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Gets it out fast. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds the tight end. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick setting up 4th down.
I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
He'll pitch it. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
He runs out of bounds at the 27. Brings up 2nd down.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. So much for jumbo sets. They'll go 5 wide on 2nd and 2. Scanning the field, it's Mendoza. The sweet feet buy a little time. And that pass picked off. Got some room to run at the 20. Oh, that was a terrific return as he takes it to the 9.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
And how about this? You get to start a drive with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Razor.
Fast motion from the offense. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Kentucky!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it out. It's Hunter. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback.
California offense will take over. First and 10.
Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Makes a catch at the 15. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Cal.
And how about this offense responding late in the first half, getting the score, now an extra point away from tying this football game, going into the half. That's exactly how you draw up a 2-minute drill. That's how you want to finish a half.
Lining up to add another. Splits those uprights right in half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hunter. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19. wishes he had just taken the touchback. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the ball dribbles out of bounds, and they'll maintain possession, but that's about the only good news for the offense on that play. Oh, they are breathing a sigh of relief after that recovered fumble. On second down, wants to throw. Going deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He makes a catch. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, this offense is giving a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity because 1st and 2nd down was ugly, but they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable 4th down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
A field goal attempt from here would just be 48 yards, but they'll try to move the chains on 4th down and short. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it, everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollack.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
That's caught. It's White. At midfield, he's got room. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Wide out in motion. From the gun. Give on the inside. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains.
42 Spider. Gaucho.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
If you're going to be in the Heisman picture, you got to make plays week in, week out at receiver, and that's what he does. He's a good route runner. He's reliable, and he's got speed to take it to the house. Top 5 in the nation right now in receiving it.
Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Wildcats are moving quickly down the field. They want to run it left here. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. I'm sure they've got some great plays drawn up if they could ever run any of them without a penalty. 1st and 25. Touch pass on the run. Sweet feet on the move. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He'll just keep slinging it. Caught behind the line. It's Wilcox. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide. And a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Touchdown, Kentucky! And that one will give them the lead.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Notre Dame is running away with this one today, thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes. They're up by 17 over Kansas. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. On the move. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Pressure coming. Had to throw it before he wanted. And they can't make the connection on third down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball and force the incompletion.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Complete to start this drive. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Kentucky 28, Cal 21.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. Line getting set on second down. Motion from the offense. They'll run play action. Looking to take a shot. He's got it inside the 15. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. Fourth down means go for it. That's all that means now today.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Offense set on first down. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back. You better block the defensive end. That's priority number one. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game in the toss play.
Defense playing a bail technique. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Looking for a man. It's Mendoza. Now he's going to break the pocket. Fires to the tight end. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Matthews. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
The Golden Bears are on the move. Looking to throw it again. Complete to the right. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They want to throw it. Going for 6. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
Number 88 catch in the end zone.
That one hurts.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. They'll go to the air. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
29.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, fine.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
And after the loss on that last one, an all-important 2nd down play from the 12. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He wants to throw. Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th.
And offensively, we know it's hard throwing the ball in 3rd and long situations because the defense can play big zone coverages. They got a lot of guys with their eyes on you, so the QB had no shot there. Nobody open. Nice job not forcing it, not risking a turnover, just throwing it away.
Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, It's made a couple of moves and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Can't get him to the ground.
The ball carrier, a wide receiver. Gain of 5.
Second down coming up. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Trying to find his man on first down. Dances away from the heat. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
One of the things you have to be impressed about this defense is that they've got guys in the back end who can cover man-to-man or zone. That last one gets swatted away. They're in a situation where they're expecting pass. You know this is going to be a tight window to throw into if you're the quarterback here.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Ott. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
Man, you hate that if you're on defense. 3rd and long, you've got everybody covered downfield, and you let the running back pick it up on a check down throw. You've got to be way better tackling in that situation. That is a blown opportunity for this defense.
He'll come out throwing on first down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? You're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen, and ball gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, you know, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this is